Dear student, now I will give lecture on continuation of adequacy integers at hierarchical level 3. The parameter is system average interruption duration index SAIDI. The formula summation, the numerator is summation I epsilon r UINI, denominator summation I epsilon r Ni, where Ui is the annual unavailability or outage time, Ni number of customers at load point I or set of load points in the system. Then customer average interruption frequency index. As the formula, you have to write down the customer average interruption frequency index. Then here, what is the difference between the previous and this one is, instead of annual unavailability, here we are using a failure rate in the numerator. In the denominator, instead of number of customers at load point, we have to use the number of customers affected at the load point. This is the difference between the system average interruption duration index and customer average interruption frequency index. Then customer average interruption duration index. So this is and all, the formula is SAIDI divided by SAIFI. That means system average interruption duration index divided by system average interruption frequency index only. Then functions of system security. There are three types of major functions available in the system security. First one is system monitoring, second one is contingency analysis, third one is security constrained optimal power flow. The abbreviation is SCOPF. First one, system monitoring. The system monitoring, the operators of the power system with pertinent up to date information on the conditions on the power system only. That up to date system monitoring is the system monitoring function of the power system security in the power system only. In this case, we are using the system estimation we are using, and then we can collect the telemetry data from the remote areas by using digital communication. Telemetry data means voltage, real power, reactive power, frequency, generator unit output, transformer tap positions, all are the telemetered data, which is, that means telemetered in the database only. So that means a system of measurement and data transmission only is called as the telemetry system, which have evolved to the schemes that can monitor different telemetered data only. Then the summary of system monitoring is what it provides. That means what is the operators, system operator provide up to date information. Second one is telemetry systems. Third one is measured quantity. Measured quantity means voltage, current, line flows, frequency, unit outputs, that is generator output, circuit breaker status, transformer tap change positions, everything under. Then measured data is very large only, and then difficult for human operator to process. And then digital computers at control centers we are used. That is, for what purpose we are using digital computers at control center in the power system. So first one is gather telemetered data, process this data, stores the data in the database, and then to generate alarms, and then operator can display this data and then combine this data with the system models for online and offline analysis. And then telemetry is combined with SCADA to control components such as switches, etc. This is the system monitoring function of power system security. Then second function is major security function is contingency analysis. What is mean by contingency? problem, outage. Outage means line outage and generator outage. So the contingency analysis tools are the part of any modern electrical, that means EMS, that is energy management system only. So in the contingency and all, for example, this contingency analysis can be put together with the standard power flow program, together with the procedure to set up the power flow data for each outage to be studied by the power flow program only. Several variation of this type of contingency analysis schemes involve fast solution methods, automatic contingency event selection, and automatic initialization of contingency power flows using actual system data and state estimation procedures. Then what is mean by contingency evaluation? Two important areas in the contingency evaluation. One is to operate the system that it remains viable following any contingency, or at least those contingency which have the highly likelihood of occurrence in the present system state only. Second one is the system reliability has to be maintained for the specific contingency which has occurred only. This is the contingency evaluation. Now the power system means what? Consists of generation, transmission and load only. So the resulting what happen? Voltage violations. Voltage violation means what? Under voltage or over voltage. Second one is thermal overload of lines. Third one is insufficient stability margins. Now once again you recall the summary of the contingency analysis. First one is power system problems due to events such as transmission line outage, generator outage, etc. can cause the serious damages within the very short duration only. Then contingency analysis programs. First one, model the events before they occur. Second one, combined with the standard analysis procedures such as power flow to study the system. Third one is generator operator alarms. Then what is the other features of contingency analysis? Is fast solution method, automatic contingency selection, then automatic initialization of contingency power flows using actual system data and state estimation procedure. Then second major function over. Then third major security function is security constrained optimal power flow. In the security constrained optimal power flow, that means divided into 4 operating states. First one is optimal dispatch. In the optimal dispatch and all, the power system is inferior to any contingency, but it is optimal with respect to the economic operation, but it may not be secure only. Second one is post contingency. Post contingency, this is also one of the state of the power system. After the contingency can occur, that the problem occurred. In this case, the line flow limit or the bus voltage limit is exceed the reference limit only. So therefore this is the post contingency state. Then secure dispatch. Secure dispatch is the state of the system with no contingency outages, but with corrections to be operating parameter to account for security violence. Then fourth state is secure post contingency state. This is the state of the power system when the contingency is applied to the base operating conditions with the correction. This is just definition only. From the circuit diagram, we clearly understood what is optimal dispatch, post contingency state, secure dispatch state, secure post. First one is optimal dispatch. Here now you see the diagram. From the diagram, we are using two generator unit, unit 1 and unit 2. Unit 1 generation capacity 500 megawatt, unit 2 generation capacity 700 megawatts. Then two lines we are using, transmission line 1 and 2. Both line carrying the 250 megawatt only. So because the unit 1 generated 500 megawatt, this 500 megawatt carry by two transmission line. Our load demand is 1200 megawatt only. So in this case what and all, no problem happened, no outage happened and all. So therefore this is, that means is nothing but that means what, optimal dispatch only, but this is not a secure system only. Anytime adjacency happened in this state. Second one is post contingency state. The post contingency state, you see the line 1 is opened. So 0 megawatt, that means open only, the line 1 does not possible to carry the load. So now what happened? The line to carry the 500 megawatts from unit 1 only. Okay. So what happened? The line to become overloaded. If overloaded means there is a chance for occurring line outages in the transmission line 2. This is the post contingency state. That means after contingency occurs. What is the contingency? Line outage only. Now how we give secure to the power system? So this is the secure dispatch. You see the diagram. Now immediately we have to take some corrective action in the power system state. What corrective action we are taking? We have to change the generation capacity of the unit and all. You see here and all, first one, the unit 1 is 500 megawatt, unit 2 is 700 megawatt, the previous state. Now this state, the unit is 400 megawatt, the unit 2 is 800 megawatt. Load does not vary, load same, 1200 megawatt only. The changes is the unit generation, and then you have to change the unit then. Second one is, you see the previous one, line carrying capacity is 250 megawatt. Each line carry the 250 megawatt. But in the secure dispatch state, the line carry only 200 megawatt only. So that means if this is the secure dispatch 400 megawatt unit, then what if each line carry the 400 megawatt from unit 1 and then unit 2 generate 800. Now we meet the load demand 1200 megawatt. So now the system is secure. Then secure post contingency state. In this state and all, what that means, we are adjusting the generation on unit 1 and unit 2, that is 400 and 800. And then next what that means, here the line 1 outages happen and all. The line 2 only carry the 400 megawatt from unit 1. But the line 2, that means not overloaded. Because that means we have to take some corrective actions only. So this is the secure post contingency state only. So here we have to do the security correction. What security correction we are taken? Adjusting the generation on unit 1 and 2. This is the security correction. So therefore this is state is secure post contingency state. So the program which can make control adjustment to the base or pre-contingency operation to the prevent violations in the post contingencies are called as the security constrained optimal power flows. That is SCOPF only. Now you see the summary of security constrained optimal power. Once we can recall, three major security functions. This is the third major security function. First one is system monitoring, is the second one contingency analysis, but the security constrained optimal power flow is the third major security function of power system security. Second one is contingency analysis combined with optimal power flow. In this case, four state is there. One is optimal dispatch state. In the optimal dispatch state, what happened? State period to a contingency optimal with respect to economic operation may not be secure. Second one is post contingency. State after contingency has occurred, a security violation may have occurred. Example, transmission line flow or bus voltage outside limit. Third state is secure dispatch. In this state, state with no contingency outages, corrections to dispatch parameters taking security violence into account. Fourth is secure post contingency state. So in this state, when contingency occurs at the base operating conditions with corrections, then factors affecting the power system security. What are the factors affecting? One is line outage, another one is generator outage and all. So the priority of the operation of the modern power systems have evolved to the following two things. One is operate the system in such a way that power is delivered reliably. Second one is within the constraints placed on the system operation by reliability consideration, the system will be operated most economically. So these are the two, that means priority for the operation of the modern power system. What are the factors affecting means what? Line outage and then generator outage. These problems are, you keep it in your mind only, and then you can made some corrective actions, preventive actions, everything and all, and then you can maintain the reliability of the power system also. And then that means the power system means mainly here transmission and generation have done, that means with reliability. This is always in our mind only. So thank you student for watching this video.